Hello and welcome students, I am Ajay Sir, your English educator. I welcome you all on Oliveboard's e-learning platform. So firstly, let me know about it, that am I audible to you? Is everything perfect? Am I audible or visible to you? Just confirm it first. After that, we are going to discuss about previous year questions that has been asked in 2019, 2020 and 2022 in RBI Grade B phase 1. So here we are with the previous year questions that has the repetition mode and how the type of questions will be in your examinations. So please confirm it first, that am I audible to you? After that, we are going to discuss the session. Go for it. Okay. Do it. Let me check it. Okay. Everything is perfect now. Everything is perfect. As I can see, we are audible and visible in a perfect manner. Just give me a minute. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the most repeated questions that is based on previous year questions and the previous year questions that has been asked in 2019, 2020 and 2022 in RBI Grade B phase 1. Okay, so here we are going to discuss. Before starting the session, I would like to tell you that we are going to conduct a live test on Oliveboard's YouTube platform, and that will be on 11th of June. 11th of June, there will be Sunday. It will be Sunday, and the session will start. The session will start with 2 p.m. From 2 p.m. onwards, 4:30 p.m. There will be Tanvi ma'am for you as an for the particular subject. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah, got it. Tanvi ma'am will be there for you from 2 to 4:30 p.m. After that, Dinkar sir will be there in the live test. That test will be live on YouTube platform. So you can join it also. There will be Dinkar sir from 4:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. with the specific subject. And after that, I will be available for you from 6 to 7 p.m. and there will be Mayank sir for quantitative aptitude mathematics faculty, that will be available from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So you can also join the session. You can also join the particular session, the complete mock test that will be on YouTube on 11th of June. On 11th of June at 2 p.m. sharp 2 p.m. that will get started. Okay. So here we are going to start the session now. We have taken most repeated questions that has belongs to error, specific clause test, PQRS, that is called para jumble also. So here is the first question. We are going to answer it. What must be the right answer? And give the answer. Here is the question. The infection which causes gums to bleed and teeth to fall out result from the build-up of a particular bacterium that is common to most mouths. That is 5 part A, B, C, D and E. 4th part consists a type of error and the 5th is no error. So if there any is there any type of error, you can tell it. Go for it. Are you available for comments also? Because I am unable to see any type of comments. Is there any technical glitch or you are not doing any type of comments? Okay. Go for it. The first question is the infection which causes. The infection which is the relative pronoun here, and which adjoins infection. The infection which causes is the first form with SES or IES segment. That will be the fifth form of the verb. Okay, Trishna is saying it must be C. Okay. The infection which causes gums to bleed and teeth to fall out result from the buildup of a particular bacterium that is common to most mouths. So here we are, the infection which causes gums to bleed and teeth to fall out. Now here is the verb, that is result. Result is the verb. So should we use result or results? If we go for the noun, the given noun is infection is uncountable and the sense will be in singular formation. So if the noun is singular, definitely there will be a singular verb with the particular segment, and that will be corrected as a subject verb agreement. So the right answer will be C. C will be the right choice for the particular question. Hopefully you got the concept also, that you should use it according to subject, and that is infection. So it must be results. Is it clear? Go for it. For the second one, after 40 years of trying to understand why asbestos causes cancer, researchers have finally unraveled the mystery. Go for it. Now go for it. The second one on your screen. Okay. Just go for the answers. After 40 years of trying to understand why asbestos causes cancer, researchers have finally unraveled the mystery. So it must be after 40 years. We are having here the time limit, that after 40 years of trying to understand, with with first form of the verb, and that is the right pair. After 40 years of trying to understand why asbestos causes. Sir, here is the noun is singular, so the verb must be in singular formation. So it's causes cancer. Researchers is the noun, that is plural, and the verb is also plural. Have finally unraveled the mystery. So it must be, yeah, definitely Trishna, there is nothing about the error. So we must go for the last part, and that is no error. After that, and I have already told you that this is previous year session. We have taken the questions from 2019, 2020 and 2022 in RBI grade phase 1. A property dealer was shot dead by 4 unidentified jacket-clad men while taking a morning walk in the park. Go for it. The third question on your screen. And do share the session if you like it. The third question on the screen: a property dealer was shot dead by 4 unidentified jacket-clad men while taking a morning walk in the park. So it must be, it's very easy. A property dealer was, sir, if we are having was, shoot dead by someone, it must be, if we have was were, then there will be third form of the verb according to the passive construction. Yes or no? There are two type of verb. The first one is active verb and the second one is passive verb. The first one is active verb and the second one is there is no RC will be there. We will discuss it also. Okay, B must be the right answer. So it must be the third form of the verb, and that is not shoot. Shoot is the first form, that is short, and B must be the perfect answer. So it's a property dealer was shot dead by 4 unidentified jacket-clad men while taking a morning walk in the park. So B is the right one. Now question number 4 on your screen. Yeah, you are perfect. That's quite good. Now we are having the fourth question. Having worked for the whole day, you could have taken some rest and start work tomorrow. Okay, go for it. Go for the fourth question. Go for the fourth question also. and there will be our back-to-back sessions on YouTube on every Thursday at 8 p.m. So we are going definitely discuss about the RC also in YouTube and paid classes also. The tips and tricks will be there in imparted session. Having worked for the whole day, you could have taken some rest and start worked tomorrow. Okay, go for it. Having worked, it's a perfect participle. It's a perfect participle. It means we have done this work. Having worked for the whole day. Having worked for the whole day, you could have taken. It's an could have taken some rest. If we have having worked for the whole day, you could have taken some rest. And here is a connector. Here is a connector. If we have connect and as a connector, if you have and as a connector, everyone is saying, Trishna is saying D, it must be, PK is saying also D. So what must be the right answer? You could have taken some rest and start work tomorrow, if we have the and pair. So we should balance the verb also. So it must be you could have taken some rest and started. It must be third form of the verb. And that will be started. Is it okay? Are you getting the point? So it must be D. It must be perfect. Now come to the next. Question number 5 on your screen, and that is, scarcely had he gone a few steps that he was told by someone that his mother was no more. Go for it. And do it fast. Perfect. And you should also give the answers if you are live. It doesn't matter, it must be right or wrong. Scarcely had he gone a few steps that he was told by someone that his mother was no more. So it must be C. Meditation is saying it must be C. Okay, go for it. What must be the right pair of scarcely? If we have no sooner as a pair with then, no sooner will make a pair with then, and scarcely and hardly. And hardly will make a pair with when, or sometime it's also before. Is it clear? So it must be when or before with the second pair. Yeah, definitely correct. If we are using no sooner or scarcely or hardly in the starting of the sentence, we should go for the rule of inversion also. And that is, rule of inversion must be helping verb. After that, subject will be used, and main verb, third form of the main verb, will be used according to the sense. And the sentence will be not interrogative, and the sentence will also not be interrogative. So the right concept is we will use when with the pair of scarcely or hardly. So it must be that, it must be when, or you can also use before. The right answer is C. C is the right answer. Now come to the next point. Question number 6 on your screen. Yeah, it must be when. Perfect. If I would have been you, I would have bought a house in 2012. If I would have been you, I have already told you in the paid batches also, or in YouTube also, that if we are going to connect any type of conditional word, we can't use any type of model with conditional word. That is the main theme. So go for it. Because the right structure is if with condition, it means, and the second one will be result. Is it the right structure? Definitely yes. So if is already a conditional word, so we can't use this condition as a modal verb. Okay, PK is saying it must be A. Definitely. So we can't use modal with the particular formation, and here is the condition, would have bought, and the condition is the third condition. There are mainly three conditions. Dependent on conditional sentence, and the third one is if we have if with had and the third form of the verb with past perfect, then definitely there will be would have, and third form of the verb, and that is variable also. Okay, it can vary on the sentence structure. So it must be had with the third form of the verb. So it must be had been. It must be had been. If I had been you, I would have bought a house in 2012. So it must be A. A will be the right answer. Got it? Now come to the advanced level of the question. The second thing about error concept that will be, there will be, as you have given, out of the given statements only one is grammatically correct. Choose that statement as the answer. If all the statements or all the sentences are incorrect, then choose option E as the answer. So there are 4 statements, there are 4 sentences that has error. We can't use PK, we can't use were, because were is, if we go for were, there will be a pair, and that will be would with first form of the verb. If we have would with first form of the verb, then the condition must vary on were also. It's an imagination, but if we have would have with the third form of the verb, definitely we will go for the past perfect condition. Come to the next one. Yeah, perfect one. You got my point? Yes or no? Today I am fast actually, because we have many questions in the particular segment. Out of the sentences, out of the statements, there are 4 statements, there are 4 sentences, and only one is grammatically correct. You have to choose that one that is completely correct, that is completely grammatically correct. Go for it. The Union Cabinet recently approved the auction of airwaves capable at offering 5th generation telecom services. Indian health policymakers needs to be very strategic and pragmatic in the use of third COVID-19 vaccine shot. The frequent leak of examination papers has been a major problem with regard to recruitment of government jobs. And the last one is, the government will ensure that the visitors to the new market as well as their traders get a unique and quality experience. So go for it. Question number 7 on your screen. C is correct. Okay, go for it. Okay, we are going to solve it. The Union Cabinet recently approved the auction of airways capable at, sir, it must be, are you sure it must be capable at or capable of? You are capable of doing something, you are capable of doing something, So the first one is incorrect, yeah, definitely. A is capable of, Now come to the next. Indian health policymakers. Sir, if the given noun is plural, then definitely there will be a plural verb, also. So it must be need, not needs. It means the second one is also incorrect. The third one, the frequent leak of examination papers has been a major problem with regard to. The frequent leak of what? Of examination papers has been. How can we use has? Because, sir, there is a frequent leak. Leak is the noun, and that is uncountable also. So this is the right pair. Has been a major problem with regard to. We very well know that this is the right pair. We can also have with regard to recruitment, recruitment of government jobs. No. Definitely it must be to recruitment to government jobs. We are having a recruitment to government jobs. We are not having a recruitment of government jobs. We are having the get of government jobs. So it must be recruitment to government jobs. And the last one is the government will ensure that the visitors to the new market as well as their traders. Okay, the government will ensure that the visitors to the new market, as well as, I have already told you that there are 3 type of words, that is as well as long as, and as soon as. As long as is a condition that you can call as long as you pay for it. As soon as, see, show me, see, rain away. It's a condition also. And what about as well as? It can be used to adjoin 2 subjects also. So here we are, the government will ensure that the visitors to the new market as well as their traders. Sir, whose traders? Their traders. There is a particular word that must not be used because we are having the word for government. So it must be its. So it must be its. So the right sequence, okay, yeah, none of these is correct. None of these is correct. There will be the right choice, and that is E. That is E. Do you get my point? Yes or no? Please let me know about it. Because we are having here government, and that will be its traders. Because we are talking about the government, and the right pronoun sequence will be its, not there. Not there. Come to the next one. Question number 8 on your screen. Question number 8 on your screen. Go for it. Despite India's open willingness to take part in the development of Sri Lanka after the civil war, the scale of its involvement has been modest. The recent geopolitical events transpiring around the world in practically all regions has made the global security climate more unstable. The commanders have proved inept in devising plans and taken appropriate decisions in battlefield condition against a determined enemy. And the last one is, the central bank is ramping up its drive to tighten credit and slow growth while inflation having reached a 4-decade high of 8.6%. Go for it. Go for it, go for it, and go for it. Okay. Go for it. Recruitment to grade B officers. Yeah. It must be recruitment to something. Recruitment to government jobs or grade B officers. Meditation is saying it must be B. Okay, come to it. Come to the point. Despite India's open willingness. Okay, we can use. Can we use despite of? Can we use despite of? No, sir. We can't do it because we use usually in spite of. In spite of. Despite is the right one. Despite India's open willingness to take part. With the first form of the verb, to take part in the development of Sri Lanka after the civil war. The scale of its involvement has been modest. Its involvement, it means India's involvement. Yes or no? Definitely yes. So there is nothing. Come to the next one. The recent geopolitical events. Now events is the plural noun. Now transpiring around the world in practically all regions. This is the phrase has made the global security climate more unstable. So if we are having noun as a plural concept, then definitely there will be a plural verb. It must be have made. The global security climate. Now come to the next one. The commanders have proved inept in devising plans. The commanders have. The right pair is noun plural with verb plural. This is the right pair. Have proved inept in devising plans and taken appropriate decisions in battlefield conditions against a determined enemy. So it must be taking. Why it is? Because here is a pair with and that will be on balancing side. That will be on in devising plans and taking appropriate decisions. It must be A. Okay, quite good. Come for it. The central bank is ramping up its drive to tighten credit and slow growth. Okay, not while inflation. Slow growth with inflation, because we use growth with inflation. It must be with. So here is we have the error in D part, C part and B part, but there is nothing about A part. So the right answer will be A. Here is the Here is the error of verb also. It must be have made. The second one is taking appropriate. It must be in balance formation. And the fourth one is it must be with inflation. With inflation having reached a 4-decade high of 8.6%. So it must be A. Come to the next one. Question number 9 on your screen. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah, everything is perfect. Hopefully you are enjoying the session. But not giving the answers. Why are you not giving the answers actually? Okay, Banksia canae, commonly known as the mountain Banksia, is a species of shrub that is endemic to southeastern Australia. Block printing first comes to Europe as a method for printing on cloth, where it was common by the year 1300. After the 1980 to 1920 flu pandemic, the influenza virus continued to be on circulation and present even today, as strong political opposition is usually needed to help keep the ruling detention on check. Okay, perfect. Here is the ninth question. And you must go for the answer with this method, like ninth, A, B, C or D. You must write it like it. So I can see, okay, Trishna is saying it must be E. That's perfect. It must be E. Is there anyone who is going to give the answer also? Okay, come for the first one. Banksia canae, that is commonly known as the mountain Banksia. Mountain Banksia is a species. We are having the particular species, and that is Banksia canae. Commonly known as the mountain Banksia is a species of shrub that is endemic to southeastern Australia. Leave it here. After that, come to the next one. Block printing. We are having block printing first comes to Europe as a method for printing on cloth, where it was commonly by the year 1300. So it must be came, yes or no? It must be came, yes or no? It must be came. Block printing first came to Europe as a method for printing on cloth, where it was common by the year 1300. After the 1980 to 1920 flu pandemic, the influenza virus continued. To be on circulation. Sir, can we say on circulation? Are you in circle or are you on circle? Let me know about it. Yes or no? Are you in circle or are you on circle? We are in circle or we are on circle. So it must be in circulation. It must be not on circulation. It must be in circulation. Let me know about it. Are you on circle or are you in circle? After that, a strong political opposition is usually needed. Is with the third form of the verb, that must be the passive construction. Of the given part. Yes or no? To help keep the ruling, detention on check. No, it must be the detention in check. I'm checking in. Yeah, it must be in circle, or I'm checking in or I'm checking on. Check in or check on. Try to understand it. That must be in check. Detention, that must be in check. So the right pair will be, here is an error in the fourth one, here is an error in the third one, that is in circulation, and here is the error also in the second one, that is can. So it must be, the right pair is Banksia canae, commonly known as the mountain Banksia, is a species of shrub that is endemic to southeastern Australia. So it must be A, not E also. Yes, perfect. Come to the next one. In the following passage, some of the words have been left out, each of which is indicated by a number. Find the suitable word from the options given against each number and fill up the blanks with appropriate words to make the paragraph meaningfully complete. It's a clause test. Now, and we are having the clause test. What is the real method to solve a closed test? You should go for the complete closed test at first. You must go for the theme also, and the pairing, and the pairing is dependent on the last and the upcoming section of the pair. So go for the first one. Firstly, you will read out the complete passage from start to end. After that, we are going to solve it. After that, we are going to solve it. Go for it, go for it. Okay. So here we are. The researchers first asked a narrow blank question about whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to blank their free time. Only 28% of respondents said yes, spending an average $147.95 per month to buy themselves extra time. These people also blank increased life satisfaction compared to those who did not blank money this way. In the second part of the blank, researchers asked more than 1800 Americans whether they spent money to buy more free time. The responses were roughly blank in half, with those who spent between $80 and $99 per month on average on outsourcing chorus, reporting a higher degree of life satisfaction. So here we are, and the right answer is D for the first one. So hopefully you have read it completely. Now, what must be the right theme? What must be the right theme? Okay, someone is saying it must be spent. Okay, go for it, go for it, go for it. Now, yeah, here we are. The researchers first asked a narrow blank question about whether people, let me complete the theme also, that here is the complete theme, depends on a research, depends on the research. The researchers first asked a narrow blank question about whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks, and the research was dependent on unenjoyable daily tasks. The researchers gave such as domestic work to be able to blank their free time. Only 28% of respondents said yes, spending an average. So there will be a there was a task of like spending an average $147.95 per month to buy themselves extra time. These people also blank increased life satisfaction compared to those who did not money. Very simple. Should we start it? Yes or no? Please let me know about it. Yes or no? Have you read about it? Have you read the complete clause? Clause is a passage. Actually, clause is a passage. There some words are systematically removed. There some words are systematically removed, and there will be 5 options given to you. You can put a particular option from there to the particular blank. So we should start it. Now we can go for the segment. The researchers first asked a narrow personal question, common question, right question, specific question, or strict question. What must be the right one? Come to the next point. Question about whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to. If we have like if we are going to solve this, the researchers first asked a narrow personal question. So there will be no personal question. While we are going to do any type of research or any type of data sufficiency. So there will be not a type of personal question. So it must be personal question or common question. Right or specific question. So here the researchers first asked a narrow specific question about whether that specification was that whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to. So it must be D. After that, the second one is question about whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to blank their free time. Go for it. And the second one is only 28% of respondents said yes, spending an average $147.95 per month to buy themselves extra time. It means they spent $147.95 to buy some extra time, So go for it, go for the 77th. Okay. There is an actually, okay. Go for it. It must be D. Here is the question number 11th. And there is not the right sequence actually. Here we started with 76 and the question started with 10. So it must be 10, it must be 11, it must be 11, 12, 13, and you are very 13 intelligent about it. So you will not be confused. 14 and 15. Okay, it's okay. Come for it. So it must be increase. Okay. PK is saying it must be increase, and someone is saying, meditation is saying it must be E. Okay, go for it for the 11th number question. For 11, it must be like, now we are unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to blank their free time, unite, procure, store, gather, or increase. So what must be the right pair? It must be increase. Why it is? Because if we have any type of specific question that is asked about whether people paid others to do unenjoyable daily tasks such as domestic work to be able to increase, and that domestic task will increase their free time. Only 28% of respondents said yes. Spending an average $147.95 per month to buy themselves extra time. These people also blank increased. So now here is the pair also. That increased life satisfaction. So that must be the pair of increase. That was the right pair. And the first one was specific. Go for it. 11th, it must be E. Very good, Trishna. PK also said increase, and meditation also said it must be increase. Now come to the next one. 12 number question on your screen. These people also recorded, posted, procrastinated, estimated, or fabricated. Go for it. It must be A. So these people also, go for the next one, also blank increased life satisfaction compared to those who did not. There was a comparison between those who spent and those who did not spend, So if we have any type of comparison with data, then definitely we will record everything. That what was the next step, what was the increment, so it must be recorded. These people also recorded increased life satisfaction compared to those who did not blank. You can also go for it, and this one is the very basic question now. It was specific question about whether be able to increase their free time only. These people also recorded increased life satisfaction compared to those who did not. Yeah, definitely it must be 13. Money this way. Someone spent the money. How much money? The average of $147.95. Yeah, it must be spent. And someone who did not spend. And I have already told you while I was talking about it that who did not spend or who spent. There was a comparison of data. That was recorded. So it must be spent. Spend money this way. In the second part of the in the second part of the theory, planning, effort, study or opinion. You can go for it. And if you are enjoying the session, go like, share and okay. Here we are. Go for it. Now what must be the right answer? Money this way. In the second part of the what was it? It was a theory, it was a planning, it was an effort, study or opinion. What was the theme? You will definitely go for the fourth one. Yeah, definitely PK. It was a study done by researchers that who spend or who did not spend the money of average money will have their free time or their extra time. So it was the in the second part of the study, researchers asked more than 1800 Americans. Now they asked to 1800 Americans whether they spend money to buy more free time. The responses were roughly it was a study. Now for the last one, the responses were roughly get, deal, split, assign or quit in half, with those who spend between $80 and $99 per month on average on outsourcing course reporting a higher degree of life satisfaction. Now who will be the first one who is going to give the answer? This is really very easy now, because there is a particular word that can tell you the right answer. If we are having it, the responses were roughly. Okay, can we write roughly estimation? Is it the right one? Roughly estimation? Yeah, it must be split in half. If we have the split method, that I can go for it. I can make two parts of the particular screen, and that will be called split. So here we are for the right option, and that is split. And the splitation was more free time. The responses were roughly split in half with those who spent between $80. There was a split option. There was someone in $80 and someone in $99. Okay, perfect. Now come to the next point. Okay, before coming to the next, I'm gonna tell you that we are having a free mock test on YouTube on Oliveboard's e-learning platform on this particular Sunday on 11th of June. It will be on 11th of June at 2 p.m. And that will be live. You can come and give you the mock test at free of cost. And there will be Tanvi ma'am who will start the session from 2 p.m. That will be sharp 2 p.m. Tanvi ma'am will start the session. After Dinkar sir will join her. After that, I will be available from 6 to 7 p.m. and there will be Mayank sir for quants. That will be on 7 to 8:30 p.m. So you can join also on this particular Sunday. Now we are here for the question. In each of the questions given below, 4 words are given in bold. These 4 words may or may not be in their correct position. The sentence is then followed by options with the correct combination of words that should replace each other in order to make the sentence grammatically and contextually correct. Find the correct combination of the words that replace each other. If the sentence is correct as it is, then select option E as your choice. Now come to the next question. Here we are. Roughly estimated is correct. Okay, estimation is noun and roughly is adverb. Okay. No PK, there will be no registration for this mock. This will be available on 11th of June at 2 p.m. sharp on YouTube also. There will be that will be on YouTube, and you can join it at free of cost. And roughly estimation is a wrong word. Okay, go for it. Roughly and estimation both are superfluous. Roughly is also an estimation. So it must not be used as a correct proportion, because roughly and estimation all are same. Both are same. So we can go for the superfluous. Come to the next one, question number 16 on your screen, and that is saying many countries are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign Americans. Here we are for the fourth, here we are for the four words, that one, countries, overseas, stringent, and the Americans also. Okay, we should repair it, we should make the right pair, the right sequence. Right sequence. Okay, everyone is saying PK and being altruistic. Now, nice name. And Trishna is also saying it must be D for the 16th question. Now, come to the next point. Many countries. It is possible. It is possible that we have countries for this particular statement. Many countries are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign Americans. Sir, foreign Americans must be not the right pair. We can say foreign countries because there are countries, foreign countries where tax laws are less stringent. So the right pair will be here we go for Americans. Here we go for Americans, and that will be many Americans are keeping their money. There is a particular pronoun, possessive adjective that will be used for living, and that will be Americans. Many Americans are keeping their money in overseas banks because the tax laws are less stringent in foreign countries. So it must be A with D, correct na? Yeah, it's perfect. So the right pair will be D. D means A to D. Now come to the next one. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border spilling some of our richest wildfire areas contains over into Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, how can we write here contains? Go for the next one. Question number 17 on your screen. Go for it. Perfect. Okay. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border. Sorry. Okay. Someone is saying being altruistic is saying it's B. PK is saying it's B to D. Okay. It means also B. Okay. The Bandipur Tiger Reserve. We are now talking about the Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border. Now we didn't use any type of verb with the particular statement, with the particular subject. So we must have the pair. The right pair is subject. After that there will be helping verb or there will be a main verb according to the subject verb agreement. And contains is the verb. That is singular. So the Bandipur Tiger Reserve on the Karnataka border contains some of our richest wildfire areas, wildlife areas. Sorry, it was the mistake. Wildlife areas contains. What must be the right pair? There will be spilling over into Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Okay, so it must be the right pair, and that is B to D, and the right answer will be B to. Okay, B to D. So the right answer will be B. Correct. That is. Now come to the next one. Yeah, it's B. United Voice, which represents government, has called for the Queensland paramedics to fund their positions after the latest Queensland health data showed ramping was increasing. Now come to the next one, 18th number question on your screen. Go for it and move it fast. United Voice, which represents government, has called for the Queensland paramedics to fund the positions after the latest Queensland health data showed ramping was increasing. Okay. Now we can also say that to fund the positions after the latest Queensland. So this is the right pair, this is the right pair, this is the right pair. So we can't go for C, we can't go for C, or if the C is the right pair, we can't go for the both also. Yes or no? We can't go for the both also, because there is the right pair, there is the right pair of C given here. Okay. To fund the positions after the latest Queensland health data showed ramping was increasing. So United Voice, which represents paramedics, has called for the Queensland government, It must be A to B. It must be A to B. The right pair will be, yeah, definitely it's A to B. Perfect. Who is saying it must be B to C? PK is saying no. Go for it. Go for the next one. 19th number question on your screen. 18% of the world's population lives in India, but the country global 26% of the bears disease burden due to air pollution. This is the simplest formation. You can go for it. 18% of the world's population lives in India, but the country global 26% of the bears disease burden. Sir, how can we write bears here? It's a verb now. It's a verb, and we can use the verb with subjective case. So what must be the right pair for the 19th question? Yeah, it's B, being altruistic. That's perfect. 18% of the world's population. It's perfect. 18% of the world's population lives in India, but the country, now the country is the noun, and that is singular, and we can use the verb, but the country bears 26% of global disease burden due to air pollution. Yes or no? Yeah. It must be 19th, B to C, and the right pair is B. Perfect. Now, okay, here we are for the parajumble structure. There are 6 statements, there are 6 sentences given to you, and you have to make a complete pair for the given statements. After that, there will be some questions which will be asked from the particular question. Here we are. The activities taught us the same thing that the teacher was trying to teach via the traditional method. I still remember how difficult it was to learn algebra. The theorems and algorithms were a nightmare. Students' engagement refers to the degree of attention, patience, interest, and optimism that students show when they are being taught. The visuals in the video have made students' learning and technology simple and intuitive, as there was student engagement. Until the day of a teacher brought a projector in the class and made education learning a fun activity to grasp difficult concepts, but the only difference was attention and concentration. Now come for the next point. Okay, go for it. What must be the right pair? What must be the right pair? Okay. Go for the right pair. After that, we are going to discuss about the complete parajumble structure, that how can we make it a complete para. And I have already told you that there will be many sessions. Okay, it's B, E, A, F, D, C. That's perfect. B, E, A, F, D, or C. Altruistic is saying it must be the right pair. Anyone else who is going to give the answer also? B, E, A, F, D, and C. You have only 60 seconds to complete it. and manage your time also, because there will be a limited time for your examination. You must be fast with accurate. Okay, what must be the starting point? Okay, go for it. The activities taught us the same thing. Okay, the teacher was trying to teach via the traditional method. Okay, here we are for the second form of the verb. Here we are for the past. I still remember how difficult it was to learn algebra. Okay, it's also past. Students' engagement refers to the degree of attention, patience, interest and optimism that students show when they are being taught. It's present. Now the visual in the video have met. It's also present. Until the day our teacher brought. It's past. It's past. And the last one is, but the only difference was attention. So it's also past. Now how can we make complete pair of it? Yeah, Trishna is also saying it must be B, D, C, A, F. Okay, B, E, F, A, D, C. Okay, okay. Come for the point. Now how can we start it? How can we start it? You definitely know that if we go for the first one, the activities taught us the same thing that the teacher was trying to teach via the traditional method. What type of activities? What type of activities we are talking about? We are talking about the second one is what type of activities, and that was students' engagement refers to the degree of attention, patience, interest. No, there are not that type of activities. Is there any starting point? Is there any starting point? Yeah, I still remember. While we are going to connect any type of story, we can use still, or we can use once. Once there was a line. We have already studied in our first or second standard. That will be, I still remember how difficult it was to learn algebra. It means it was much difficult to learn algebra. The theorems and algorithms were a nightmare. Is it clear? So it must be B. After that, I still remember how difficult it was to learn algebra. The theorems and algorithms were a nightmare. The activities taught us students' engagement, the visual in the video, until the day a teacher brought a projector in the class and made education learning fun as a fun activity to grasp difficult concept. Now come to the common factor method. And the common factor is the common factor method that I have already taught you on YouTube and paid batch also. That the common factor method is B to E, and that was the most difficult thing. To learn about algebra, the theorems and the algorithms. So here we are for the difficult concept. Here we are for the common factor method. And until the teacher, it means how we reacted, how difficult it was, while until the day our teacher brought a projector in the class and made education learning a fun activity to grasp difficult concept. So it must be E. After that, we have taken the two parts. And that is B to E. Now what about it? Until the day of teacher brought the projector in the class and made education learning fun activity. Now come for the next one. Fun activity. What type of activities we are talking about? It's also about common. I have already said you many times. If you are going to solve any type of para-jumble structure, go for the common factor method at first. Noun pronoun method, conjunction method, pair conjunction method, tense method. There will be another concept, but the first most initial concept will be there, and that will be common factor method. If we have talked about the difficult concept, if we have talked about the fun activities, now we have to tell about the activities. The activities taught us what type of activities that was done on a projector, and that made education learning as a fun activity. So what was the activity? The activities taught us the same thing that the teacher was trying to teach via the traditional method. So the teacher was using the traditional method while he came one day with a projector. So it must be A, because we have attached the activities also. So it must be A. Now we have completed the pair with the first phase. Now we can go for the next one also. the activities taught us the same thing that the teacher was trying to teach via the traditional method. Now come to the next point, and that is, but the only difference was attention and concentration. And the second one is the visual in the video. We are talking about the video. And before talking about the video, we can go for students' engagement refer to the degree to attention, patience, interest, and optimism that students show. No. It must be. Now we are going to tell us. Now we are going to take the next one, the sixth one, and that is F. And we are going to tell that the only difference was attention and concentration. In which part? The first one was done on projector, and the second one was by the traditional method. And that is the real difference between attention and concentration. So it must be F. Now come to the last point. It must be D or it must be C. Now the student engagement refers to the degree, or the last one is D1. D is the visual in the video have made student learning and technology simple and intuitive as there was student engagement. So after attention and concentration, what students made it? They made it student engagement. And that must be C, and the last one will be that must be D, and the last one will be C. So who said this pair? That is the right pair. And that is B, E, A, F, D, and C. Come to the questions. What must be the second one? Go for it. Okay, we are out of time, but don't worry. Go for it. Which one is the second one? Perfect. Which one is the second one? Come for the answer, yaar. Just it must be B, E, A, F, D, C. B, E, A, F, D, C. So it must be E. And the right answer will be E. Okay. B, E, A, F, D, C. Now B. And the second one is B. So the right answer is A. B, E, A. The third one is A. So the right answer will be A. The fourth one is B, E, A. What was it? B, E, A, F, D, and C. It must be F. So the right answer will be C. F, D, and C. F. The last one is C. So the right answer is E. Yes or no? Do you get my points? So this was the complete previous year questions, and definitely we are having another session also. After that, I have already told you many times that we are having a complete mock test on YouTube on this particular Sunday, and that will be on 2 p.m. sharp 2 p.m. and the test will be live. You can check your complete knowledge there, that how much you know and how is your preparation actually. So hopefully you like the session. If you like the session, go for sharing it. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See you soon in the next session. Thank you so much.